Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac, October 23rd to November 21st. And it's represented by the scorpion, a fixed water sign ruled by Pluto in modern astrology and Mars in ancient astrology. Scorpio, or Vrishchika in Vedic astrology, energy is mystical and mysterious. Scorpio is one of the most misunderstood signs of the zodiac because of its incredible passion and power. Scorpio is often mistaken for a fire sign. In fact, Scorpio is a water sign that derives its strength from the psychic, emotional realm. Like fellow water signs, Cancer and Pisces, Scorpio is extremely clairvoyant and intuitive. What makes this water sign unique is its distinctive venomous sting. Like their celestial spirit animal, the scorpion. Scorpios lie in wait and strike when least expected. Life is a game of chess for these calculating water signs, who are constantly plotting several steps ahead in order to orchestrate an eventual checkmate. Scorpios are extremely deep and emotional people, and are intense in all things they do. They're natural leaders and can be very serious. Scorpios are one of the most interesting signs because of their intensity. And there are some key Scorpio characteristics to be aware of that make them stand apart. Scorpios are known for being tough-minded and biting. But they also have lots of positive qualities that make them great friends and successful people overall. Scorpio character traits include being strong, enigmatic and independent characters who crackle with an intensity and charisma that makes them unignorable. For all of that power though, they often remain unknowable to others, because they guard themselves and their private lives fiercely. You can bet there's something juicy going on under the wraps, though, because Scorpios like extremes, challenges, danger and darkness. They are, because of their planetary ruler Pluto, drawn to the outliers of human experience. If it's kinky, risky or thrilling, a Scorpio will be involved somehow. Scorpios are loyal, smart, shrewd and stoic. They stand by their beliefs, and they don't crave anyone else's approval. If they're into you, then they're into you. And they'll want to know everything you do / think / believe, etc. They love sex. They're very physical. They don't do casual. They're super intense. Sometimes this fierce love can tip over into something more controlling. But it comes from a place of wanting to protect you, of thinking they know better, of believing you're too precious a kitten to be let loose in the world. Sometimes it's magical, sometimes it can get a bit much. Give a Scorpio a meaningful and positive purpose and they could change the world. There's no stopping them. Self-doubt, recrimination, a lack of confidence, this is alien to them. They know what they want and they believe they're entitled to get it. They strategize everything. There's always a hidden agenda with an agenda. Scorpios actually would make great spies.
Can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
For all of their feared traits, there's no better person to have on your side and in your corner, because Scorpios are resolutely protective and loyal to those they love. If you're going to come at them or their friends, you'd better not miss. They never forget or forgive. They just don't. They're ice cold that way. And they will wait a long ass time to get you back. But get you back they will. Born to rule, to succeed, to excel. to get to the top of whatever tree they've chosen to climb. And they're at it 24/7. They don't switch off from their work or wherever their ambitions lie, work. They are always grafting in some capacity, strategizing, learning and networking. Scorpios exude self-belief and confidence, and literally nothing scares them. Often drawn to the darker side of life. They can be mad, bad and dangerous, though never boring, to know. Scorpios don't really care if you like them or not. And that in itself is a draw. Typical Sun and Scorpio traits include being extremely private, even secretive, about subjects they consider near and dear to their hearts, and being intensely sexual, whether or not they're willing to open up about that side of them. Scorpios are driven but locked into their belief systems. They have an eye toward world domination in a quiet, cunning way, and are fiercely magnetic, managing to command the spotlight. Scorpios also tend to be comfortable with the darker side of life and death, and are capable of wading in big emotions and deep-rooted psychology. Scorpios zero in on their desires and needs. This can get out of bounds at times, leading to unhealthy infatuations, obsessions, and even paranoia. Because they're wired to understand the underbelly of life, thanks to their co-ruler Pluto, they might also tend to see the dark side of any situation, leading to pessimism. The key is for them to balance their intense emotions and drive with a healthy dose of pragmatism. For signs who are a bit more outspoken, tending to wear their hearts on their sleeves, looking at you. Fire signs. Scorpios cool, detached. Mysterious shtick might prove frustrating. Scorpios often feel a desire for revenge after they have been wronged. This can be due to their highly passionate and self-protective nature, as well as their tendency toward vengefulness in order to ensure justice is served. To combat this Scorpio trait, try to stay level-headed when you feel the urge to get revenge and assess the situation objectively. Think about how a revengeful act could affect your reputation in the long run and the damage that it could cause to people. Sometimes, forgiving and forgetting can be the best course of action for everyone involved. Scorpios are known for being passionate and possessive, and they don't handle betrayal well. This trait is both a blessing and a curse, as it can lead to intense relationships with Scorpios, as well as feelings of mistrust or insecurity when things don't go their way. Scorpios tend to take ownership of people, places, and things, and can become very attached in a short amount of time. They want to protect their loved ones and ensure that they are safe, which can sometimes lead to being overprotective and jealous. So instead of letting emotion get the best of them, Scorpios should try to stay level-headed and evaluate situations before jumping to conclusions. That way they won't let their possessiveness get the best of them, and they can focus on the true value of their relationships. Scorpios have a reputation for being intimidating, but it's probably more accurate to say they know how to stand their ground. Scorpio is a fixed sign, and this zodiac sign doesn't like change or surprises. They are confident in what they think and can be quite stubborn when presented with something that contradicts it. When it comes to standing up for what they believe in, Scorpios don't back down, which can be a strength and a weakness. To try and be a little less intimidating, Scorpios should try to focus on the listening part of conversations and hear what people are saying so that they can be more open-minded. Scorpios are known for their defensive nature. It's almost like they have a built-in radar that lets them know when something is about to go down. But why? Well, It has to do with one of the biggest Scorpio weaknesses, fear. This fear can manifest in different ways, such as fear of being vulnerable or the unknown. It could be that Scorpios are just trying to protect themselves and those they care about from potential danger. But either way, this defensive fear manifests itself in unhealthy ways and is definitely something that Scorpios need to try and keep in check. When a Scorpio man falls in love, he gets really attached and can often come too close to his partner. To the best of his knowledge, a relationship with someone is either a relationship with the one or not. And he will never settle for less than what he knows is right for him. His emotions are deep and very hard to change once they are there. So if his partner sparks his heart, there is a bigger chance that his love will turn to hate than for it to fade or disappear. He will be intense in his approach and often dismiss the tender side of his emotions, as if it was expected of him to not show how weak he can be, with really deep feelings involved. Scorpio man is capable of incredible compassion and emotional understanding. The sign of Scorpio represents sex and is ruled by both Mars and Pluto, our planets of instincts and primal sexuality. The main difference between Scorpio and Aries, also ruled by Mars, is in the fact that Scorpio is a feminine sign, turn to the emotional sexual connection rather than anything else. This man can be anything, from a soft-hearted, wonderful and tender lover, to a sexual deviant, a pervert that will scare his partners away. This depends on his level of restriction and inhibition, emotional or sexual, and it is sometimes hard to understand. This is a woman whose intentions and inner states are often misunderstood. She belongs to the unfortunate sign of dismissed emotions that people judge and run away from. Way too often, when she falls in love, she jumps into the deepest pool of emotion ever known. Of all the water signs, she is the one that represents the depth of female emotions. Sexual, protective and founded in the core of the earth. She will show her love through actions that cannot be misleading, and you will never see a Scorpio woman tease if she doesn't want to get involved. Her intentions are clear, her love even clearer, up to the point in which she gets hurt. When this happens, due to the depth of her pain, she can become your worst enemy. This is a woman whose intentions and inner states are often misunderstood. She belongs to the unfortunate sign of dismissed emotions that people judge and run away from. Way too often, when she falls in love, she jumps into the deepest pool of emotion ever known. Of all the water signs, she is the one that represents the depth of female emotions. Sexual, protective and founded in the core of the earth.